back sometime, maybe.
One day we'll get another intro going there, but we'll see what happens.
We'll take it how it is.
He used to be our good pal Copycat, and I don't know where he went.
Something happened.
Welcome everybody to Unfiltered Marriage.
What movie was that when he was like nothing but the bass, nothing but the bass? It was like on a radio show.
No idea.
You don't remember that?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's definitely something like a movie we watch all the time. Like I put the headphones on, he's like a nothing but the bass.
Not with me.
Oh, yes, it was Back to the Future when the guy was getting ready to sing the next song, right? And he was like, yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No?
No, honestly, not a...
Well, all right. Here we are. It's Tuesday. And we couldn't wait to get up on here on Unfiltered Marriage. So we're like starting like fresh.
Coming in fucking hot.
Okay. So, yes, upsets.
Yeah.
We are missing, of course, Nicole and Mark. Nicole needed some time to take care of herself. And Mark is, of course, training or whatever he's doing. He-Man stuff does. What He-Man does. It was so cute the other day. My daughter says to my husband, we're watching the Royal Rumble, and it was like the first time Val really watched wrestling. And Brock Lesnar came out, and she was like, oh my God, that's like Uncle Mark. I bet if Uncle Mark fought him, he'd be able to beat him. And, Rocky and I giggled. We were like...
I look at my daughter and I go, even Uncle Mark wouldn't agree with that, sweetie.
He's a pretty big man.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I don't. It's cute that you look up to your uncle that way, but no, there's not a chance in hell. Sorry.
It is cute. But, and, my brother, we all know he does grass-fed, he's CrossFit, whatever. And he's a
big guy.
He's a big dude. And he's all natural. It's definitely someone intimidating, but I thought it was so cute that she put it in the same category as, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. But, and now she's totally into wrestling. She had me watching old Royal Rumbles today. She asked me when I got home, can we watch wrestling?
I love it.
So I showed her the Mick Foley and Undertaker Hell in the Cell match where Mick Foley gets thrown off the top and through.
When he goes through the gate?
Through the cage.
Oh, my God.
She saw the tooth through the nose.
Awesome.
Yeah, she was like, oh, my God, is that man all right? My favorite thing is my daughter goes, well... They're not going to send him home like that, are they? Because she wants to make sure that the doctors look at them first, and then they go home. But she kept saying it. She goes, but she won't because Beth Phoenix cut her head in the Royal Rumble, so she was bleeding. And she goes, she won't go home like that, right, Dad? The doctors will stitch her up first? I go, yes, Tina, they'll stitch her up first, then she'll go home.
I think it's cute because she really gets into it,
She loves it. She saw The Fiend, and... Now, she's a 4-year-old, so she's watching The Fiend beat the hell out of Daniel Bryan. They had a strap match, and he's beating up Daniel Bryan. For anyone who doesn't know wrestling, it doesn't matter. They're two guys.
And it was whipping him.
But if you don't know wrestling, The Fiend wears this mask, like this horror mask. It's a very creepy kind of mask. And she goes... I forget exactly what she said.
So he came out, and he was fighting Daniel Bryan, and she turns around, and she goes... Imagine if he just came out and started beating up Elmo like that. Yeah. And we were like, what?
Just out of no shit. And then she starts laughing. She's like, that'd be so funny.
Yeah, it would be so funny if he was beating up Elmo like that. And we were just, okay. Yeah. And then back we were looking at each other going, oh my God, she's crazy.
That's not even, I have a video from my daughter when she was about 2. And I was down here by myself and she came down just to invade because that's what 2-year-olds do. And I'm watching the movie 31. Now, if you've ever seen it, it's a Rob Zombie movie. If you've ever seen it, in the very beginning, there's this long monologue by Richard Brake, and then you find out he's got a priest tied to a chair. So he grabs an axe and he starts fucking whacking the guy with the axe. The very first hit of the axe, I have the video. If you guys remind me, I'll pull it up next week. I don't feel like looking for it right now. But the second the axe connects with this guy, all you hear in the background is my daughter maniacally laughing.
Like, it's so funny to her that this guy just got hit with an axe. I couldn't even.
Literally upon impact. And this isn't a setup video. This isn't. No. This was literally upon impact.
It's in background. You don't even see her. I'm just taking a video of the screen, or you were of the screen.
I was.
And she just in the background is watching, and she laughed so hard. I went, "Oh my God!" She genuinely thought that was funny.
Yeah, she's a crazy person. I love it.
No, she's your horror. She's your horror. Her and Anna are really into horror.
Yeah, and my son's not.
No, he's not. Yeah. Lewis could definitely do do without that?
Well, because his sister scared the shit out of him and his cousin
That's
one day
right.
with a Michael Myers mask when they were like 5.
We were working on her bedroom down here.
Yeah.
There was like all paper hanging and like, there was like tarps on stuff. And she came down here with a Michael Myers mask. And as my son and my nephew came downstairs, she jumped out from behind one of the curtains. And that, for years scared him. He went down the hallway like with his back against the hallway.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, stop it. It was, she's
He still
joking.
doesn't like
It's a
come
mask.
down here alone.
Yeah, he doesn't like that. Now Anna ruined it.
When I was a kid, though, I always thought basements were creepy, too. And I didn't have a basement as nicely set up as this.
Yeah.
Like, I just had, like, kind of a normal basement. I
Yeah.
hated going.
Yeah, me too. Or when you were walking up the stairs, you
You
had
would
that
run.
moment where you
Yep.
just kind of jogged.
Something's behind me.
You felt it up your
Yeah.
back. You're like, woo!
I sometimes still do that, going up these stairs.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'll challenge it. I'll be
Yeah.
like, you know what? You don't fucking scare me, and I'll walk a little faster.
But it's just that eerie feeling of the unknown behind you. It's just the unknown, you know? Like anything unknown
It's dark.
is
That's
scary.
what it is. It's fucking dark. You don't even know what's going on.
We discussed this on Super Ugly.
Yeah.
Matt has the swimsuit thing on his desk.
Yeah.
This was one of the girls in this year's swimsuit. Sports Illustrated swimsuit.
Wait a minute. Sports
Like,
Illustrated?
as a woman, do you think that should be in Sports Illustrated? I understand, hey, love your body, love who you are. I'm all for that. But there's Sports Illustrated, like I said on Super Ugly, is like a time-honored tradition.
All right, so let me say something really quick. All right, just like Maxim magazine and things like that. Okay.
Let me show them the picture. While you say
Yeah.
this.
So I think that it's super important for everybody to remember that everybody has. I'll tell you when it's there. Oh, you can see. Everyone has. I could see it. Oh, yeah, perfect. They can see it. She's in the calendar.
And she's
Now,
a pretty
she
girl
is-
for a big girl.
Wait, let me finish though. Like they have this image of like you need to be skinny and have big boobs and big lips and eyebrows. They make the image, but when you see something like this, I'm going to be honest with you. I find it to be classic. And
Classic?
yeah, like classic. First of all, she looks very clean. Like she doesn't look trashy.
No, and
It
that's
looks
Sports
appropriate
Illustrated,
for
of
her
course.
body.
Yeah.
It looks appropriate for her body, and I think that I could look at her and go, "Wow, she's a pretty beautiful."
I'm
woman.
not saying she's not pretty. What I'm
Are you
saying
saying because
is,
their image, she's too big for the image?
I don't think that's. I'm not trying to be mean, but again, Sports Illustrated was a thing of like, this is like the elite women. You know what I mean? Like these are the smoking hot women in the planet right now.
I understand.
And it's not Maxim. It's not fucking, like this is Sports Illustrated. This has been around for decades, the swimsuit edition.
Right, and I understand that. I do. But what I'm also saying is, though, that they should broaden their horizons to women instead of having that one type of woman. They should. I'm glad.
And I understand some guys really like that. Like some guys are totally into bigger chicks. And
Dude,
you know
no, but
what?
even though she's a
Since you
bigger
put it
girl,
that
she's
way,
not
hold on.
rolly.
No, but since you put it that way, you're absolutely right. And it made me think. Some guys like bigger women. Not all guys. You know what? I retract my statement. It's fine that it's there.
I just feel like,
I retract my statement.
If she was hanging over and like looking inappropriate and not wearing what fit her body right, I would say trashy.
That's a little small for her body.
No, it's not. She's covering her nipples. Her breasts are beautiful. They sit nice. She has, she has a little bit of meat here, but who doesn't?
Like, remember the Ashley Graham girl, the other big girl that they were parading around for the past
Put
couple
this up
years?
there again because I want them. I'll tell you when it's a good shot. I want them to see it again. Like I'm being honest with you. I think that she happens to look very decent, and it was a perfect fit. It's sexy enough on the breast, and the bottom covers. She's standing with the right posture. I think that this is a beautiful picture.
I just, I remember Sports Illustrated being something with Kathy Ireland, Cindy Crawford, Tyra Banks. You know what I mean? There was
same
none of that.
image, skinny, bony girls.
No,
that's not what
no,
everybody
they weren't
loves.
the same image. Like Kathy Ireland and Tyra Banks are very different looking girls. So is Cindy Crawford from them.
Yes, but they all have that very fit and thin waist.
Yeah.
And nice breasts, and they were very lanky.
Well, because it was supposed to be the porn for the non-porn getters.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it was spank material. Trust me.
Right. I never really looked at that magazine, but there are beautiful women out there. I'm sure anything could be spank material with the right moment.
Not anything.
Yeah, it could. Let's just say, you could be in
Better Home and Garden.
You could be in a library and you look across the room and you see a really hot chick scratching her chest and the button opens, and in that moment you
That's
imagine.
a really hot chick, though. You said anything, then you
No,
go
I
to
said
a
any
really hot
moment.
chick.
I said depending on the moment, it could be a turn on. You could spank. No. In that show, he was spanking in the bush.
Yeah, he's a fucking creep who murders people.
But he was spanking in the bush.
Yeah, all right.
He was.
Yeah, he's also a serial killer.
So I don't know. I'm glad you brought that up because I think that's I say.
But I do. now that I'm thinking about, like I said, there are guys out there that don't like skinny girls. There's guys out there that like that. So you know what? For the everyman, I'm all for it. I just, again, I'm old school. I come from the time when the Sports Illustrated thing, when it came out, it was like a big deal.
I don't know if we're going to have any time, Phil, to hit Good Housekeeping.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have enough time. We'll try.
That's what it was. Good Housekeeping. Sorry, Phil. You got me. You got me. I said Better Home and Garden.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, Sports Illustrated swim the same as it was when we grew up. Same with Playboy. I know. You know what it is, and I hate seeing the times change. I really do.
I don't mind the change. I actually welcome the change.
I hate it when I first see it, but then once it like starts being out there more, it grows on me, and I'm just like, all right, whatever. Like I get over it.
Yeah,
I'm not one of these people that can't get over it.
Some women are like, I like men who have a shaved face. I like men who are teddy bears. I like men who are solid. You have these different wants, and there are men that go, wow, she's. And again, has a beautiful face, and I think that for her, she has a beautiful body. I don't think she's carrying it unwell.
Like, wasn't Anna Nicole Smith in it one year?
Anna Nicole Smith was big too and thick. She was very
thick.
thick.
But she was thick. She wasn't big. She was thick.
No, she was thick. She had thick thighs, big boobs, little waist.
Yeah.
Anna Nicole Smith was hot. I thought she was hot.
She had some great boobs. I'll give her that.
No, but I thought she was hot.
She's got that bleach blonde thing. I mean, again, I don't think she's ugly. I think she's a pretty girl. But, like Cap wrote Kathy Ireland, I would have picked Kathy Ireland over Anna Nicole Smith any day.
Yeah,
just I don't know because
what Kathy Ireland looks like.
And I'm a huge boob guy, so trust me, I would have loved motorboating those bad boys. Yeah. But Kathy Ireland's more my speed.
I'll take the finish on that. Slap me.
But yeah, Kathy Ireland's more my speed. Skinny, tan, brunette, like that type of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm in the wrong here now.
Not that you're in the wrong, but I think that I'm glad that I changed a little bit of your perspective because think about it. There are different tastes, different strokes, different folks.
Yeah, and that's why I'm kind of just changing my tune. Not for the fact that I think this should be in Sports Illustrated, but for the fact that I think it does. Chubby lovers need something to look at too.
Chubby lovers.
Yeah, chubby lovers need something to look at too.
Chubby lovers. Listen, so while we're on the subject, okay, I want to bring up really quick. We have been loving Disney Plus. We've been watching it all the time, watching it with the kids.
Lion King's up, by the way.
Having a great time, like 2-3 movies during the weekend on Saturday. And it was nice. We're hanging out, watching movies. And so we decided to throw on Peter Pan the other day. Now, I never, ever noticed this before. However, I do know that Wendy was like fascinated with Peter Pan because you could tell and the way they spoke to each other. You thought there was like even a crush there.
Yeah, I don't think I ever watched the cartoon one. I watched that one with that little blonde lady, Mary Martin.
Yep.
Remember that one? It was live and everything.
Yeah.
And it was old from like the 60s or 70s. That was the one I always watched. My mother made a big deal when they aired it, like on NBC when I was young. I was like 7 or 8. No, but it was already played before, but she had seen it. So she's like, you have to watch this. This is Peter Pan. It's great. And I did. I liked it. It was cool. But as a child, I never picked up on the fact that...
Well, if you want to explain it, you can.
Peter Pan's a fucking pimp. Like, every chick that he goes around wants to fuck this guy. And they're aggressively jealous. Tinkerbell, the mermaids,
Wendy,
and so did the mermaids.
Yeah, they wanted to drown her.
Yeah, the Tinkerbell tried to get a shot.
All of them. There were 6 of them.
Yeah, Tinkerbell tried to get a shot. Tiger Lily, well, every single girl Pan goes around. This dude's a fucking cocksman, and he wants nothing to do with these bitches.
Yeah, and he's like, tell me about your stories. Here's Wendy. She's like, Peter. He's like, oh, gotta go.
Yeah.
It's really awkward to watch.
Well, Wendy, he wants.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. She's like, Peter, and he went to her.
Yeah, Wendy.
Although he did take off and left her behind, she's like, wait up for me. He was a little bit like, throw her aside.
Well, because he's not stupid. You don't.
He knows she's got.
Again, you don't give everything to the girl. You know what I mean? You got to let her chase you a little bit and want it.
Flying her through the air. What else could he give her?
You got to chase me and want it, baby. I'm not gonna show my whole hand.
If you actually watch the cartoon version, okay, you'll watch these mermaids see her and go, "Who is that?
What are you wearing?" They go,
"Yeah, what is that? What's your hair doing?" And then they pull her in the water. They try to drown her.
Yeah.
You don't notice this as a kid. You're like, "Oh, it's mermaids. They're playing in the
water." These older Disney movies, like the old ones from the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and some even the 70s.
Yeah.
You watch them, and now you pick up on these little nuances, and you're like, wow, like
never noticed.
And there's only like one every one of these movies, but it's something like we talked about 101 Dalmatians last week, where the cow, you don't know what happened. It's off screen, but the cow goes, ooh.
Yeah, and then she was back to child.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a little fresh, like as if she enjoyed the nipple pull.
Well, you got Pirates of Kids and then Robin Williams. The Robin Williams hook I still love to this day.
Yeah.
I love that movie. And
I do
I'm
too.
not a huge Robin
He's
Williams
funny.
guy.
He's great in it.
But I like that.
That
Dustin
just
Hoffman
Doubtfire.
as Captain Hook was
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
He was really fucking good.
Yeah.
But and Julia Roberts, I mean,
Yeah,
Tinkerbell.
Julie Roberts, she was a fun too.
Oh my god! Only as Tinkerbell. I've never found her attractive, but in that Tinkerbell little,
How many times have you spanked to it?
never.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
I just wanted to know.
No, not that. But
No,
but
not that one, Julie
But
Roberts.
again, I never really looked at Julia Roberts, and she was always like prettiest woman and da da da. And I was like, not really.
Yeah.
But then when she did Tinkerbell, I was like,
It's
now
her
I
face,
see
her-
it.
She had a big smile and like a big.
Yeah, I'm not a
her lips
huge
were
fan
nice.
of that big mouth girl.
I love that.
Yeah?
I love that. And her eyes were like, she just looked a little exotic to me, like an exotic white girl.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
White girls are not really exotic.
But yeah, Peter Pan, the absolute coxman. I never fucking knew it. And you would think like that'd be something rappers would use more, you know, because it would be like something you could throw into your rhymes and, you know, it's calling you like I get mad pussy too, like Peter Pan type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
Like,
I do.
like they use Ric Flair for like when they want to bling and I'm the man and shit.
Yeah,
you know, they
yeah.
always like to use outside material and bring it into the rap. Use Peter Pan. Peter
he
Pan
was badass.
Yeah.
He's got bitches all over him.
I had this great idea for a Peter Pan movie.
Go ahead.
I don't want to say it because it's so good that I think someone will steal it. That's how good it is.
Oh, so you don't want to say it?
Fuck it, I'm going to say it anyway. All right, here's my idea for a more realistic. I'm going to Chris Nolan this thing.
Go ahead.
Peter Pan, Lost Boys, Captain Hook, all a real thing. He doesn't fly none of that bullshit, right? But it's based around the Bermuda Triangle. So you know how planes and shit always go missing in the
Yeah.
Bermuda Triangle? Well, that's Captain Hook in them. Fucking shooting down these planes to now rob the luggage, and they're pirates. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So some of the children survivors, like Tink and them, were survivors that got away. They live on an island, you know? Like there's already
Right.
people kind of like Tink's like the helper. She's not a fairy again.
Right.
Regular chick.
Yeah.
But she's got like a raft or whatever that can get out there, and on like foggy days when they shoot it down, she can maybe grab a couple kids. Those are the Lost Boys. All tatted up, badass motherfuckers, living on the island, you know, ripped shorts, drinking, like kind of like the pirates, but they're the Lost Boys. They're like, fuck you, Captain Hook. We're going to get out of here one day.
right.
You know what I mean? And Peter Pan's the leader of the crew.
Like, he's
And-
the bad boy.
Yeah, but you do it in like that type of stuff, like a rated R Peter Pan.
That'd be
where,
dope.
you know what I mean? Where like they sneak up on the pirate ship one night and they fucking slit their throats, and you know the pirates end up
And
fucking
they take over, but they take over a little at a time.
like
from
Tink
ship
comes
to ship.
back and she's been raped by the pirates, and that, but that's like Pan's moment of like, fuck this, now we're going
taking
in.
over.
Yeah, like now
Yes,
we
and
fucked
leave
them
out
up.
the whole taking the kids from the houses.
Yeah, like make it fucking adult. Like I think
That's actually a great
it's a
idea.
fucking awesome idea,
if you
isn't
could
it?
talk to Rob Zombie, it might work.
But like I said, I'm like, you know, because the Bermuda Triangle, it's always been like this mysterious thing. Like, where did the planes go? And
Right.
and you can now throw the
Use
Peter
that.
Pan lore into that and Captain Hook in them.
That's such a great
And
idea.
you know, people will be like, well, how come no one ever finds them? Well, again, the Bermuda Triangle works in funny ways. You know what I
it's true.
mean?
Yeah, right. You don't know what's happening over
Like,
there.
you know,
Like,
maybe
different-
people are searching, but you know,
Can you
because
make
of
it to the other side
because
and
of the
come back?
fog, or there's like a weird thing that the triangle does where it kind of masks certain things, or you know,
There's like maybe there's a curse
or
over
Captain
it.
Hook has some kind of technology to fucking kind of,
Yeah.
you know, deter everything. Who do you make that part up? You figure it out.
No, but maybe there's like actually like a curse from Hook, and once you get rid of Hook, the curse breaks.
Exactly, or something like that. That's a great thing too.
Right? Then it turns into more of like, right? That's a great
But
idea.
tell me that's not a fucking.
Man, like I knew I married you for a reason.
I would love to somehow get that movie made because I think it's a great fucking movie. Peter Pan's been done to death, and if you do it a rated R version, a badass fucking Pan with fucking piercings, he's tatted up, he's kind of jacked up a little
yeah,
bit.
got a little ripped shirt on, maybe like ripped arm, like at the ripped part.
Like a ripped, like a wife beater, you know?
Yeah.
And just have them badass fucking Lost Boys. Like the Lost Boys are just a bunch of fucking little like thugs on this island.
Yes. Like when you go to Europe.
Yeah.
Those kids are around the corner ready to fucking
Yeah,
beat the
like
shit
in
out of
Hostel.
you. Give me your gum, you know?
Except
I got
much
the
cooler
fucking
than
gum, bro.
those disheveled, poor-looking kids. You know.
Oh my God, they
but
make a great version.
I don't know. I think it's a fucking great idea.
That is a great
what
idea.
What does the chat think? What do you guys think of my movie idea?
Actually, they're all
That's
pretty
fucking
much talking about
interesting.
it.
Make a more darker version. Agreed. I'd watch. See,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
That's awesome.
So if anyone out there knows how to make a fucking movie, thank you, Steve.
We would make a cute couple.
No,
we
he says
are.
you do.
Oh, I
you
said
two
you would.
make it. Oh,
You two
okay.
would make a cute couple. We
I don't know.
are
Yeah, we
married.
are. Bangaree.
Yeah,
That's
for a
right,
long
Frankie.
time.
Rufio.
Oh my God. So, all right, listen, I see there's a lot of guys in the room. So guys, all right, I need.
It's all guys.
All right, this- all guys, right? And usually Madeline and Nicole's and everything, but they got things going on. So, all right, I want to talk about something, and I'm really putting myself out there. So I want
No, she's
everybody.
actually trying to put me out there.
No, I'm not. I'm
But-
putting myself out there because I'm the one with the fucking thing
The-
in my
the
brain.
delusions? Yeah.
My delusions. All right,
This is
so
ready for this fucking psychopath.
check this out.
And wait, before she even starts, this is directly after sex.
Wait, I'm gonna get there.
I know, but because you left that part out with Richie.
All right, well, I'm going to get there. All right. So, everybody knows us, and we are a very physical couple. We have sex at least 5 nights a week. I'm not fucking exaggerating. Sometimes 6, sometimes 7, but mostly like 5 nights a week with a couple breaks in between, okay? We are very satisfied. However, every single time, and not when we don't have sex, nights that we don't have sex and I go to sleep, I never deal with this. It's only when we fuck. That afterwards, when we get cleaned up and comfy, we lay in bed, I get all cozy. I can swear that Rocky is back to me kind of jerking off. And I'm not saying like he's wailing himself, but maybe like because you want to fall asleep, and sometimes it's easy when you stroke it to fall asleep. You're making yourself comfortable. Some people rub their feet.
Who does that?
Wait, you never know.
Wait, go to sleep and stroke your dick.
Yeah, sometimes people have their
no
hand
one,
on their
I don't
dick.
know anyone. I've never asked anyone, but that is a fucking
Sometimes
crazy
guys,
thing to think
sometimes
of.
they sleep with their hand on their dick, or I put a pillow sometimes between my knees because it's comfortable, or you you have your thing. So every fucking time after we have sex, he'll be back to back with me, and I will swear to you, the mattress is moving in like a motion. Then my ear goes off, and I'm like, do I hear sliding? What the fuck? So I want to say, why don't you just turn around and fuck me again? But I know that I'm probably crazy and he's not jerking off. So in my bedroom next to our bed, we have 2 humongous mirrors. And I'll sit up to blow my nose and look in the mirror to see if I can see the
And
blanket
I'll have
moving.
one arm pretty much behind my back and one up here.
Right. And I'll put my arm around him to cuddle. I'll feel his arms aren't around. I'm like, what is wrong with you? I
figured it out. I know what it is. I worked that pussy so fucking good. You're still quivering
my
and
God.
feeling the rumbles and
I-
the shakes. That's what that is. That's
feel
what
it
that
moving,
is.
And I could swear to him, I will sometimes be like, babe, really? And he's like, I'm fucking sleeping. And I'm like, tell me you're not jerking off. He's like, I'm not fucking jerking off. I just want him to turn me over
literally
and take it
never
if he
once.
wants it again.
Literally never
but I
once.
swear, I would feel the bed moving, and I'm not, I swear, I kid you not, every time I'll really quick sit up, and he is not fucking moving at all. Not at all. So I am the only one feeling it. Then... Okay.
Again, it's aftershocks from the orgasm.
Then
That's what it is. I'm convinced
one night, it was really stuffy in the room. So Rocky had gone to the living room. I'm in the bed and I'm laying. One of my cats always sleeps by my head. And she's licking and licking herself. And I'm like, motherfucker, it was enough to keep me awake. And then I felt the mattress still moving. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Exactly.
The mattress is always moving. My heart's beating. My body kind of has a rhythm. She's licking herself. The bed's kind of moving. And I look in the mirror and I look at myself and I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. Because I'm not kidding. At least 20 times I've turned over and been like, Rocky. He's like, what? And I'm like, please tell me you're not jerking off.
And I'm always this close
He's
to being asleep.
He's like, Jessica, are you fucking kidding me? Once or twice he turned over and whipped it out and he was like, well, now I'm going to jerk off and then we fuck again. But for the most part, he's just like, are you kidding me, Jessica? I am not jerking off. But I swear to God, guys, I swear to God, I thought that he was.
Yeah, no, never, ever. Not once, not now, not ever. Not never.
Not even to just comfort yourself?
Nope. Maybe adjust, but not jerking off.
No, it's definitely jerking off that I feel.
Yeah, no, there's maybe an adjustment, but that's literally
No, it's
that's
definitely
an adjustment. Guys know what an
you know what I
adjustment
mean
is.
when you feel the bed just going
pinch and roll, Phil. You know the pinch and roll,
pinch
brother.
and roll.
Everybody, all guys know the pinch and roll.
It's the truth. I'm being honest with myself, and I wanted to throw myself out there because it's something I constantly say to him, and I felt bad about it. So I'm throwing myself out there and wondering, does anybody else feel the mattress kind of moving a little while you're breathing and sleeping in bed, or does it always feel so still?
I don't I'm just trying to fall asleep. Your brain doesn't stop for some reason, so you just start going to weird places.
I don't know if it's weird places or maybe I'm still horny or I'm thinking
if you're still horny, then turn over and say, let's fuck.
I won't do that though because I know you have work in the morning. I get to sleep. And
I've told you a million times, and it's on Seinfeld. Guys will sacrifice sleep for sex. every time. Every
Yeah, but sometimes, Rocky, we're up till 3 a.m. You get up at 6.
I get up at 7.
3 hours, 4 hours sleep.
I can roll with 4 hours.
Either way, it's a lot. Like by the time our kids all go to bed, we have a 20-year-old.
They are called springs or memory foam movement.
No. Is that because we have memory foam?
No, we took that off. It used to hurt my back, remember?
No, the topper is memory foam. Well, either way, I feel like I always feel like the bed's moving.
She's a crazy person. That's the bottom line here.
It's not crazy. It's just.
Do I toss her salad? No, she won't let me. She doesn't like her butthole licked.
It's just not my thing, and to be honest, it's very nice and pretty and little and pink.
Yeah.
It's perfect. I just am not. I'm not into it.
Because then she thinks about me having to kiss her after too.
No, I don't even use toilet paper. I know my ass is fucking clean as shit.
I maybe thought that was a thought.
It's fucking perfect. However, I don't know. Like, I'll put your balls in my mouth before you lick my asshole.
Pink, all day. Like it's a fucking tray of lasagna. What do you, she has to pull me away.
It's actually, I have a very pretty setup. It's pretty.
No, guys on Twitch now too, 2 chats. No, we're not on Twitch.
I usually say, like, the diagram at school of like the perfect looking vagina and it's pink and it's perfect. That's what my vagina looks
Frank,
like.
how do you know what your asshole looks like? You looking at your asshole? I have no idea what my asshole looks like. Why would I?
Well, because you know what? I mean, I've actually looked.
I've never thought
I've bent over and looked to make sure.
Like,
that
now I probably will,
tone.
now that it's in my head, and go, oh, look at your asshole.
Think about it. Most people's assholes or darker people, Spanish people, there's some Italians, it discolor. Like, their nipples could be brown. Their asshole could be brown. Some people don't like brown. Like, pussies can be brown.
Yeah, that's gross. Like, I've seen
Not brown like, black girls. Like,
no,
pussy,
there's like a weird
looking color.
I don't know. It looks dirty almost. Yeah, it's.
I've seen a lot of pussy in my day. I've seen enough, and I definitely have been like, wow, I'm pretty blessed. I'm pretty fucking blessed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but
and I've had 3 kids.
Where is he? Yeah.
Where is he? Where's who?
No, I was seeing if he responded after.
I said, where is he? I'm like, who are we talking about? So, yeah, I don't
Bleach
know.
my asshole. Is that weird? For a man, yes, that's weird, Frankie.
You bleach it, Frank? I don't believe
He doesn't.
You. He bleaches his sneakers. That's what he's talking about. It's his sneakers that get bleached.
Yeah.
His fucking collection.
And then he also wrote sex. What is that? Frankie is just deprived.
Well, Frankie should be fucking saying something. I don't know. Any man who's in a marriage is not getting his
He's
dick
not making
sucked.
a move. That's the problem.
Bro, I let my husband sit on my face and shove his cock down my throat.
You guys role play. No. There's no. That's.
Most of the time, let's be honest. Most of the time, all right, he'll walk in. I'm laying in bed. I have pajamas on. He'll rip my clothes off, and I will just start to touch myself, and I'll play with my breasts, or I'll play with myself, and then his dick's hard.
Well, I watch her and get it there.
He'll look at me, and then from there, he tells me how hot I am, and then fucking...
Yeah, but I'm not, like, I never understood the role-playing thing, because now it's like, why do I want to pretend you're a different person?
I don't know. We never did that.
Yeah, like, I don't want to...
Pair of booty shorts, sexy lace, whatever,
like dressing up in a lingerie outfit or something, but not like... You're a naughty teacher.
Hello, Barbie.
Yeah, like I would like start laughing. I think during that, like we're too like.
I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't know if I could be. Hey, hello, Mister. Oh, are you a?
Your kids are like 10, dude. Why are they in bed with you?
Are you a faucet man? Like, do you fix faucets? Clean my pipes?
Doctor, nurse. Yeah, no.
We've never done, even during Halloween when I'm dressed up, my clothes, like, he doesn't like anything on me. He likes staring at me naked.
Yeah, just like naked.
I could put on the sexiest lingerie and in seconds he's got it wrapped around his fucking neck. It's like, we just take
like
this shit
she'll come
off.
in and I'll be like, oh, it's really hot. Take it off.
Yeah, he likes me naked. And we're very physical. So while he's over there getting naked, I'm touching myself and getting ready. So when he turns around, he like is looking at me with his dick in his hand. Like we have that fucking lust. I lust for my husband. I'm not gonna lie. There's times that we want it more.
It's dirty.
Last night, mid fucking, I'm on top. Let me tell you, I love being on top. There's nothing better than me just looking down, or I'm like a hoverer.
Sorry for the family members listening. Tune out.
Yeah. I'm like a hoverer. It was a very explicit show anyway, so they shouldn't listen. When I hold myself, I don't really actually touch him. I will just hover on his body and looking down at him, and then the mirror is he sees everything. It's very, very intimate. We have a very intimate relationship. I think that's a lot of why we have so much strength too. We could want to kill each other sometimes, but the connection is there. The love, the fucking want.
Yeah.
So I could want to sometimes, throw a pillow at his head, or he may want to just put a muzzle over my mouth, but we do it and go muzzle on her mouth. Ow, then I could bend her over. And it's like, it always turns into something sexual. We try to keep it there,
Well, you try to, because because if you're just doing the act of sex, it's boring.
It is.
Like, you got it. I'm not saying it's boring, but like I'm saying it can become boring because it's like, all right, this
you
is
don't reach your highest potential.
Well, like, we kind of have a routine and it works. But what I'm saying is, like, you kind of gotta like be dirty and like say certain things, or like, there's got to be a change up in at least the verbiage of what you're doing.
What's the words? What do you say? Like, my thing to you, when I'm done and I want you to come, I immediately just start talking to you. Like, you want to fucking come, babe? You want that? You want to stick it in there? Shoot it in? Whatever I say, it's always, I know what those words are. What is everybody's words? What do you say when it's like, all right, I'm ready to go. Let's rock.
Yeah. A lot of guys, I imagine, just, I'm going to come. Ugh.
I'm going to come.
Yeah, because a lot of guys don't get it about sex, like, and they're selfish. A lot of guys, like,
a lot of women are selfish too, though.
Yeah,
they're not to fucking blow their husband. You're a slack.
But they're selfish
bitch.
in a way where they just don't want to do it.
Suck his dick. He fucking married you.
Like, they're
for
just
the rest of his life.
shitty about
Suck
it.
His dick.
But a lot of guys too are just like, they don't have fun having sex. Like, again, I'm just guessing here, but I can't imagine a lot of people have sex the way we do. And you could tell.
Actually thought about getting a webcam.
But you could tell in people's relationships who has good sex and who doesn't. Like, me and Jess, when we're out, we're always near each other. We're always holding hands, or always like
kissing.
Not always like kissing or making out, but there's at least, when we're passing by, give a kiss. And then you look at certain couples, they're away from each other the whole night. They never hold hands. They don't even kiss each other.
Yeah.
Like, there's no connection at all. And that, like, when they have sex, it's like a chore. It's like, well, we're supposed to because we're married. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where it's like, no, I want to have sex because I really like fucking you.
Oh, I love it. And, it's great, too, because, like, you have those moments.
See,
like,
Frankie, it's more of a job.
That's fucked up, and that sucks. And you should never be in a situation where you're like, your
wife needs to let you cheat then. Your wife needs to let you cheat. Not cheat.
Maybe get a girlfriend.
But not even a girlfriend, but just someone that you got a side piece.
If I'm in my 60s, I fucking kid, everybody on here, hear me now, I kid you not. In my 60s to my fucking end of time, I will have a girlfriend with my husband because it's going to be too much fucking work for me. Someone needs to do the dishes. Like, I don't give a I will do whatever it takes as we're older to stay that fucking fire. I don't.
Now that we have hedonism also in the atmosphere, like, that's something that we could, like, 50, 60, doesn't matter because we've been there. We know the crowd that's there. There's 70-year-olds, 80-year-olds that are fucking there. You know what I mean? So, like, now that that's there, that will always keep us kind of vibrant because once we get there, it'll remind us of, like,
freedom.
Like, even if we kind of lose our step.
And we like to have fun, but we have never in our lives swapped. We are not swingers. I would never, ever hook up with anybody else, not female or male, because there's always emotions there, and you don't need that in your marriage or in your relationship.
Someone's going to end up liking somebody more
exactly.
type
but
thing.
When we're older, in our 60s, I wouldn't mind having someone going out with us and someone to dance with and then maybe someone to hang out with. I like women too. So as we're older, you get you let go of those you're leaving me shit. You know what I mean? Like, you let go of the, oh my God, will he leave me or will she leave me? So I think that in the future, like, I'll always keep myself on the up and up of what works best for both of us.
I think as we get older, I'll be the one that kind of regresses more because men just typically do. You lose your testosterone, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a natural way for men. Like, it's weird with the sexual thing because women go as they get older and men go as they get older. So from like 13 to like 30, men are fucking
bullshit. Give yourself to 40.
No, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking like
I'm just saying,
in generals. Like at 30, a lot of guys, they start like, it's not like the way it was when you were 18. Like, man, I can't wait to fuck. Now it's like, yeah, all right, I'll fuck. Not me. But that's kind of what happens for guys. Where they say guys' peak, like I said, is between like 16 and 30. A women's peak doesn't start until 30.
Right. That's I could tell you that there are times where we have sex 5 nights in a row. The 6th night, he's like ready to sleep.
Don't cheat on him, Jess. Trust me, she never will.
Let me tell you, I'm being 100 now.
I have zero. Literally, look at me right here. Zero concern about my wife ever cheating. Zero concern. I can send her out by herself to the club, fucking know she's gonna get wasted, and still have zero concern about my wife cheating.
The thing is this, okay? And I'm going to be honest with you. Like, everybody does things as their kids, and everybody lives their lives that there's nothing to do with before you're together. It doesn't fucking matter together. Now, I know, and everybody who does know me knows that when I say something, I fucking mean it. And to the T, I can tell everybody the first conversation, as I did profess my love to you, when I said to you, if you're with me, I will fucking give you all of me. And that's not just, do I clean? Yeah. Do I cook? Yeah. I work. I pay bills. I fucking take care of 3
We're
children.
Alabama and Clarence.
I
When I'm
fuck
with
my
somebody, I'm
husband.
100%.
If he says pull your pants down, I pull my pants down. Lunch is ready, coffee's ready, and this is for 7 years straight. And I'll do it till the day I die. Consistency is key.
Well, we appreciate each other too.
Consistency.
Like I don't take for granted, how well she takes care of the house, the family, me. Like I don't sit there and be like, well, that's what she's supposed to do.
Right.
No,
It's never
I'm like,
like
that's
that.
fucking. I have an amazing wife that does great things. Like you'll never hear me downplay my wife. Like I'll be around a bunch of dudes and all of them bitching about their wives, and I'll look at them all and go, not me. My wife's
There's
awesome.
Some I'm not going to mention either. There's some that has been here that in front of their wives, when the wives start going, and I do this, they were like, "You are not Jessica. Don't go there." We've had conversations like that. I will do whatever my husband wants me to do within reason of our relationship
absolutely,
and
I
boundaries.
did, Frankie.
Okay. So I take pride in that. This is my family. When I married him, I said, even when we started dating and we moved in together, I said, I will be with you. And that's what the fuck I do. I don't look at my body and go, this is my body. You don't get it because you were fighting. I look at him and go, we're fighting. Get down here and eat my fucking pussy. Because why are you fighting? Why do you want to fight with your spouse?
Yeah.
The one person is supposed to be your rock, and you're fighting. You didn't do this, like the garbage and the fucking kitty cat.
Like the little fights, you
Shut
got to
the
get rid of the
fuck
little
up
fights. The
and
little
fuck
fights.
each other.
Yeah, the little fights are worthless. Like she'll say something, like you forgot the cat litter, and typically in a normal,
That is the one and only thing my husband has to do
hold
in my
up.
house.
In a normal household, that would become like a thing where the guy would be like, "You fucking kidding me?" And she'd be like, "Well, do the fucking cat litter. It's a fucking one thing I ask you to fucking do, and you don't fucking do that."
It is what they
and
sound
that's
like.
what it would become with us. Like she just gives me this look like. And I'm like, sorry, babe.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, I love taking
And
care of my
I don't
children.
purposely go, fuck her. I'm not doing it. I just forget.
Right. No, and again, though, like,
Like-
he is so used to
Like
me
every
taking
now and
care
then,
of
I
him,
do
though.
randomly just grab the garbage and go and do it.
Yes, there are times you do, but for the most part, you know that I got it covered because I'm like that. And even
Yeah.
with my kids, I try to give them chores. I usually do it before they wake up and they say, "Can we help you?" And I say, "No, I got it." However, at the end of the day, I'll be like, "Babe, the litter," and he'll be like, "No problem." It's never a moment of what did you do today? There's never
To
that.
be fair, though, I will do this. I'll go, all right. And now she goes, come on. I always say to her, I go, it's not that you're asking me. No one wants to do the litter. I'm not saying it because you asked me. I'm just saying like, fuck, I don't want to do the litter, but
Listen,
I'm going to go do it.
It's easy to designate because I get up and I vacuum, I do the floors, I take care of the cats, I take care
Love
of the
you,
turtle.
Frankie.
I love you too, Frank. Bye. I take care of we have hermit crabs now. I take care of the kids, and then I'll work a little, and then he'll come home from work, and I'm like, the litter is the only thing that I won't do at night, and my daughter will do it in the morning and feed the cats. That's her job. Like, that's the one thing. The cats, if you could just handle them for me. So sometimes I'm annoyed. I'm like, you know what? I'll text him across the room, like, did the litter, and all I want him to say is, "Babe, thanks," and he'll do it. "Babe, thanks for doing it." Because we're all right. I'm not going to fight with him
But in
about
a lot
that.
of households, it will become a thing that they fight about.
And then it turns into so much
And
more.
then it'll be like,
Because
and
people
that's
attack.
why when you fucking do the bathroom, it's always fucked up because you're so fucking stupid, and your mother's a fucking cunt too, by
Right.
the way.
Yeah, and they go into
then they
more.
start throwing things that they wanted to say in, and now's my opportunity. We're fighting. I can now throw it in, and it becomes a shitstorm.
I'll tell you what. So I'm so glad we're having this show tonight because it's been a while since we had a relationship jive out. One thing that I take a lot of pride in, and especially over the past year, I'm going to give us both a lot of credit right now. Both of us have learned to say "I'm sorry" more.
Yeah.
We both have learned to say, you know what? You're right. and let's move forward. There has been at least, I'll say, 5 times in the past year. We don't fight often. And when we fight, it's literally an hour, not even. And then we move forward. I'm not a harper, and neither is he. We don't talk about yesterday.
We don't like the uncomfortability in the room.
I don't talk about yesterday or the fucking week before. It's today, and then tomorrow's a new day. I always start
And it's
over.
not just forget about it. We do discuss it and be like,
course,
this is
it's
why I was
important.
mad. This is why you were mad.
Right.
And yada, yada, yada.
We get
and then
it
we
out.
apologize. And guys, let me tell you right now, a sorry goes a long fucking way.
It takes a
It
minute.
goes
Not even.
but it goes such a long way. And trust me, I know that pride of like, I'm kind of wrong here, but I'm not fully wrong. But I still want to just give it up and just say, you know what? All right.
Right.
You're right. Sorry, babe. Let's just forget about
For
it.
that second, and sometimes
Because is it really worth now being fucking separated for 2-3 days, however long? Sometimes people won't speak to each other in your own fucking house.
Right.
Is it really worth it?
And then around
Instead
the
of just
kids.
going, like I said, fuck the little fights. Fight the big fights. I'll always fight the big fights to the death if you think you're right. But the little fights, just go, you're right. Fuck it. You're right. My bad.
Because it's stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you get to a point where you're like, what are we actually even fighting about? And then you gotta have to have dinner, and then the kids are sitting there, and
And
everybody's
they can
quiet.
feel it.
They definitely can
Yeah.
feel it. Our kids hate when we argue. Not that it's often, but they hate when we argue. Actually, a lot of them will be like, "This is crazy."
Last time they went all in Anna's room and kind of just sat down
Yeah,
and
they
bunkered
sat down in
down.
the basement and let us hash it out. Because it'll take a 5-minute, yell it out, get it out, and then we're all right. Top three,
three.
Jess and Rock fight.
Well, I could think of one where we really don't have a top 3. Like, there's really one major big blowout, and that was the night you were drunk, punched my windshield. I threw your purse out the fucking. But we
Okay.
were still in the midst of just like starting to be together. Yeah,
First year in,
Yeah.
we were out drinking, and
I had to restrain her.
He was going through a divorce. Okay, so going through a divorce and me being single, I would get jealous a lot because it was always something. Oh, were you texting her? What'd you say? What'd she say? Because his jealousy is his ex-wife. Of course, it fucking bothered me, and I was wasted, and we were fighting in the house, and he was like, you know what, you're gonna do it, slap me. And I slapped him across the face, and very gently but sternly my husband grabbed me by my shoulders and pushed me against the wall and held me tight.
I picked her up and
Like,
put her
held
up on
me
the
tight
wall.
and said, don't ever fucking hit me again. And I think that I had punched his windshield.
She threw the table.
I almost broke my hand.
Remember
I threw
the
the
table
table.
in the
He
living
threw my
room?
pocketbook across the lawn.
Yeah.
It was about 8 years ago. It was pretty intense, and that was actually the only fight that we've ever
But
been that way.
she ended up staying the night anyway. Slept
I
on the
did.
couch.
I did.
You slept on the couch
I slept on the
stubbornly.
couch, yes.
But she ended up staying
He came
anyway.
and took my pillows.
Yeah.
I was sleeping on the couch with a pillow
Oh,
and
I was
blanket.
being a
He
spiteful
came and
prick.
took the pillow. He's like, "You will not use a pillow here." And I was like, "Fuck you! I'll sleep with the blanket. I don't fucking care." It was pretty.
I think you ended up coming back in the bed at that.
I actually
night.
ended up fucking me in the living room.
Yeah.
You did. You ended up fucking me
It
a
was
little
an
bit later.
intense night.
It was
intense night. But that's really like
But
the
that
only
still fucked me.
major blow up I could think. Like, I've had moments where I've yelled, but it was like me just probably overreacting.
Most of the time it's just you're at work all day. You walk in and I'm
It's-
like,
yeah, it's right when
I'm
I walk
aggressive,
in.
like blah, 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 and I just roll things off. I don't see him all day. I talk to a 4-year-old all day, so when he walks in, I'm like, and this happened, and that, and he's like, all right, give me a minute. And sometimes he won't talk to me. I'm like, well, fine, don't talk to me. And then it's like, well, I just walked in the door, but it's never a moment of like, fuck you. He's never, ever, ever
And
in 7
honestly-
fucking years ever called me anything but Jessica or a brat. That is it. He has never.
No,
come
there's
out of
no
his face.
fuck you, you're a bitch. There's none of
Never.
that. No. because
Ever.
it-
I have never heard him say, "This is fuck you. You're fucking this."
Would you want someone talking to your wife like that you don't know? Then why the fuck are you doing
No,
it?
never.
You know what I
Spoke to
mean?
me
Like,
that.
if a stranger did it, you'd punch him in the face. So you should not be the one
But I
talking
don't
to your
talk to
wife
him like that.
way.
What the fuck?
And I'm
like,
not saying there's
yeah,
not ways to
no.
have an argument, but being like, you're a fucking cunt, that's not a way to have an argument.
That's
now
not
you're just
your
being
wife.
now
That's
you're
a
just
fucking
attacking.
enemy right
Yeah,
there.
now you're just attacking,
Yeah.
and that doesn't help anything.
I always felt though like that was something we handled. And actually, I think that night that we had that big fight, when we spoke the next day, you called me. I was home. You went to work. I went home. You called me and you were like, all right, now you're ready to have a sober conversation. And I remember saying to you on the phone, like, yeah, I am. Because I knew I was fucked up too. Like, he drank, but he wasn't wasted. I definitely was wasted and it was stupid and I was eccentric. So I took it and I was like, you know what? Yes, let's talk. And it was great because we got out that moment where are our boundaries? What is our relationship going to be? How are we going to be? Never once did he ever say to me anything disrespectful where I had to say, don't fucking talk to me like that. There's been times he would yell and I go, don't yell at me. But I've never been like, fucking you and you fucking yelling. We've never cursed at each other.
I yell like a maniac sometimes. And I'm going to explain it. Like, the easy way to explain it is I always say it's like...
This is a real person, like real.
Hold on. It's always like, I always say like it's like the Bruce Banner Hulk thing where like I'm calm. Now you've put me to the point where there's no return and the Hulk comes out. But a better way to explain it, a little bit more elongated way, is like she'll just say something in a tone and it's like how she says it and what she says at that moment where all of a sudden like this little fucking fire in my stomach just starts like immediately, like I'm like, you motherfucker. Like, how dare you fucking say that to me like that? And it's not even anything.
He doesn't say that out loud.
No, I don't. But it's not even anything like too crazy outlandish. But it's like the tone and the way it's said to me where all of a sudden I'm like, fuck. Like,
he
motherfucker.
stood up and goes, I need a minute. And he'll be like, I'm going outside. Or we have that.
Lately, that's where now I don't have those moments because she finally understands.
I love you. Thank you.
That, all right, let him go have his moment because that other side, that Hulk is about to come out if I don't stop.
But you'll say that.
Yeah.
You'll straight up be like, I need a minute.
But she used to when I'd be like, leave me alone, give me a minute, she would follow me.
Yeah, I was definitely, and I would go, I want to talk about it now. And he was like, but I need a minute. I want to talk about it now. And it was always a headbutt.
But
so we weren't always
But I need a minute because if I do it now, it's not going to be productive. It's going to be me yelling and angry and I'm not going to be thinking right.
But who would do that? You know, why?
A lot of people do it.
Right.
And I'm more Michael Corleone like where I always try to control that side and think back, give myself a minute to look outside now, think of all the scenarios, think of everything and kind of go, all right, is this worth the argument for one? Where's this argument going? What's your point? What's her point? And again, like kind of like a mob boss where you sit there and you go, all right, give me, like you ever watch The Sopranos and you see Tony just kind of stare off?
Like, what am I going to
and just
do here?
That's me when I say, give me a minute.
Yeah.
That's my Tony moment of like, all right, now I'm just.
Now with someone in a relationship for so long, you're learning what are the do's and don'ts. So you don't push the don'ts. Like some people will genuinely try to be like, I'm going to get to you. When it finally was fixed and embedded in my head that when I push, it makes it worse. I went, don't push. Now, my husband knows for me, sometimes I just want acknowledgement. So the other night, I'll give an example. We come home from the store, I had a bag with 2 Mike's lemonade and he had a 12-pack and he put his 12-pack away and grabbed himself a beer and went and sat on the couch. My Mike stayed on the counter. He didn't pour me a drink.
Move.
Wait, he didn't pour me a drink. He didn't ask me if I wanted a drink. Nothing. But I went on to do the litter, got Valentina ready for bed, and I kept moving and I'm looking at him going, thank you so much for thinking of me. He went and took a shower and I'm just like I was getting angry. Well, I walk in my bedroom where my husband was standing and I said to him, I wanted to be mad at you and I let it go because it's small, but I want to tell you it bothered me that you put your stuff away, your own beer, didn't even put my Mike's away. You didn't pour me a drink, ask me if I want a drink. I did the litter for you and I put Valentina ready for bed. And he turned around and he was like, you know what? I'm really sorry. I didn't even think about it. I'm sorry. My bad. I just was moving and I didn't think about it.
And again,
it ended right there.
Yeah, total dick move on my part. And here,
but it ended there.
No, absolutely. But here is, and this is my fault. I'm not because this is how good of a wife you are, and a good of a house attainer you are. Not attainer, a house. I don't want to say keeper.
Can you say housekeeper? I am a housekeeper. I take care of my house. I keep it.
Where subconsciously, it's not like it's like that old Louis joke where the wife says, hey, fill up the dishwasher, and he fills it up, forgets to turn it on. And in the wife's head, she's going, he did that on purpose. And he's going, do you really think I was like, fuck her, I'm not going to push, I'll fill it up, but I'm not pushing that fucking button. Fuck her. Like, I just get so comfortable with how she is that subconsciously in my head, I'm just going, well, Jess has got everything covered. You know what I mean? And I get lazy sometimes, admittedly so. It's laziness, but again, subconsciously it's going, well, I know Jess has got this. So, and it'll get, things will happen. You know?
And sometimes
which
you don't
again,
think
I'm
about it.
totally wrong for that. I shouldn't. Yeah, but again, it's not a conscious thought. It's not like I'm like, she'll fucking do everything and I'll just fucking sit here.
Right. It's never
just
malicious.
sometimes it's just like I want to sit on the couch and watch my show.
Right. You know? It's never a malicious
and that's
thing.
really just it's a selfish act and it's rude, but that's literally the extent of the thought process in it. I want to sit, drink my beer and watch my show. It's not Jess will do this, or it's not fuck her, I'm not doing that. It's none of that. It's literally I'm a stupid man that goes, I want to sit and watch my show.
Right. And it's so funny, but the truth is, like, I genuinely will turn around and be like I wanted to be mad at you. But, you know, because in my heart, I know he's not going, fuck her. I know he wasn't, I know he had the 12-pack, he put it away, he grabbed a beer, he went to go in the shower. It was just like a routine for him. But inside, I'm going, you know, and he didn't even think about me. He didn't pour me a drink. I'm doing the litter for him, and here he's in the shower washing himself. But it took me to say, you know, this is how I felt. And instead of him going, well, you know what, it wasn't fucking intentional, he looked at me and he was like, you know what? My bad. You're right. I should have poured you a drink and put the shit away. So, you know, when you're in a relationship, it's never, you know, what do I need? It's what do we need? Because you have to be a connective. You have to be together. It's not about you or him. It's about each other.
I think people play dumb a lot of times too.
They're lazy and they play dumb.
No, but they play dumb in a way where they act like they can't understand where you're coming from. You know what I mean? Like I'm very black and white in life as general. You know what I mean? And I'm very like understanding of, that's where they're coming from. And that makes sense for them. You get what I'm saying? Like, even if it's something maybe I don't agree with, but for them, that makes sense to them. So I kind of have to respect that. And in this situation, like, you'd have to be an idiot to be like, what the fuck is she talking about? Like, she's making total sense. I'm absolutely wrong. My bad.
Right.
Like, only an asshole would be like, you're fucking crazy. Fuck you.
Well, this is the thing. All right. So Anthony here, he said, the reaction of stopping and thinking, I give you props for. And is it really worth bringing it up verbally if you knew he didn't mean it? And let me just say
Anthony, hold up real quick, because this isn't something that, you know, through my younger years, my 20s and even early 30s, this is something that's become kind of like in the past 5 years. Well, not recent. Like since me and Jess have been together and we got all the bullshit away the first year. There's more of a thought process into everything as far as because you don't want to fuck up this. Like, I'm not saying it because she's sitting here, but I've been with dozens of women, and this is a good one. Like, I finally found one that I'm like, you're not annoying, you're not stupid, you don't break my balls over dumb shit, you're not vain, you're not jealous. You're not,
I take care of you.
Yeah, like, you know, there's a give and take here. That's very fucking hard to find, and she's beautiful. You know what I mean? It's almost impossible to find. So I'd have to be a moron to be like, yeah, let me fuck this up. Because knowing, like I said, I've been with a shit ton of women. Knowing the women that are out there, like, why would I fucking want to ruin this? This is great. This is what men and women are supposed to do. Find someone you like. I found someone that I can 1,000,000% say the rest of my life, this is the person I want to be with, because for not 1 second in the 8 years we've been together, I'm like, fuck, Jess, again? Never. I'm always like, yes, I'm going home. There's my wife, and I can't wait to be there because this is my best friend. I want to hang out with her. We smoke weed together. We drink together. We watch movies together. That's what you do with your boys. But now I don't really need my boys to do that because I have the perfect girl to do that with, and it's like hanging out with
boys too, and they can come hang out.
But it's like hanging out with my boys, only better that she sucks my dick and I get to fuck her. Like, and that's really
I suck his dick.
And that's why we've talked about it before. But the guys are like, bros before hoes. I'm like, really? Is your bro gonna blow you? Like, fuck that shit. Fuck bros before hoes. I want to get laid.
But wait, I want to say this because this is super important. Like, I pride myself in the patient person that I am. I do yoga. I love to meditate. I'm big into keeping myself at a happy medium. And
you used to be explosive.
I was very.
Both of us were.
But I was physically explosive, and he was yelling and crazy explosive. But as we were together, we kind of learned that being explosive wasn't getting what we wanted to get across, and it wasn't getting the reaction or the finish that we needed. So,
and we're both the voice of reason for each other. Like, she'll actually listen to me when I'm like, you're very drunk right now. You need to fucking
And
stop.
I look at him and go, all right, bye, fucking good night, you know.
Yeah,
but there are times.
she'll say it in a shitty way, but she will be like, all right, night's over. We're going.
Right.
And she's the voice of reason with me. She'll be like, you're fucking being crazy. Chill the fuck. And I'm like,
yeah.
All right.
But so he wrote here, is it worth being verbal? And I want to say, like, it is so important to communicate with who you're with. And whether it be, I don't like the way that looks on you, or I was really upset when you made this comment, or I feel about this. It is so important to say it. And I will pride myself and say right now, I don't care who comes up with anything they can find on me as a child. I have told my husband anything or everything that has substantial need to know that I would feel it's important to tell him this is how I feel, for him to satisfy that he knows. It's more of him knowing.
He wrote here now. He wrote, understandable. I'm 31, same chick, 7 years. Just don't get when she says, I know he didn't mean anything. It just slipped his mind. So why bring it up? Here's why. Because it did slip your mind. And it shouldn't have. So she's not bringing it up to be shitty and to be like, you fucking ass. She's bringing it up in the hopes that one day
it'll stick.
It doesn't slip your mind. And again, as an outsider looking in, which is what I am, can you blame her? Like, wouldn't you want the same respect in turn? Like, wouldn't you want the same consideration in turn, especially from the person that you claim to love? Like, if you want to spend the rest of your life with this person, why are you fucking with them?
Right. Why would you want to hurt their feelings
why are you
or
being
fight
a
with
dick?
them or be uncomfortable? Why wouldn't you want them to know how valuable they are to you? Like my husband, I'm not kidding, at least 20 times a day we tell each other we love each other. It could be random, like, hey, I love you.
Every text ends with an I love you.
Hey,
not every text, but every text chain.
Yeah.
When we know this is the end of it, we always write love you.
Right. With his coffee in the morning, there's a note. And whatever I want to say. And in his lunch, there's a note. And when I wake up, I have a text from him. And it's a mutual, what do I want to feel? So we do it for each other because that's what we both want to feel. If you put yourself out there and say, this is what I want, so I'm going to do this because I want that same energy coming back to me, then you'll get that reciprocation in your relationship. As long as you're standing there going, it's not me, it's you, they're standing there saying, it's not me, it's you. Yeah. And you'll constantly be attacking rather than
and honestly, it's both of you.
And grinding together.
It's always both of you.
Always.
Because
always
you're
two.
a couple.
Never one.
You're a unit.
Kat.
So if one of you are
Phil.
fucking up and you're the one going, well, it's you. And I mean, unless they're like a drug addict, they're doing something blatantly that's fucked up. But if it's little bickering shit, it's both of you. Mm-hmm. Like you're both bickering now.
Somebody
and being
has to take
stupid.
the loss at some point. You have to understand that not
and
everybody can be right.
I'm not saying always take the loss either. I don't always take the loss.
Has to be
but
right.
I'm saying there's certain things where you know you're wrong, and now you're just fighting just a pride thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? It becomes
big.
a pride thing. And men have pride like a motherfucker. So do women. But women have it more when they're
It was my biggest pet peeve to tell him I was sorry. And let me tell you, there were times where I would be like, my bad for this.
And she would dance around it, and it would drive me insane.
I didn't mean to do this, or I didn't mean to do that. Instead of just saying to him, you know what, I'm sorry you feel that way, and I'm sorry I made you feel that way. However, we all have the control over to make ourselves feel a certain way. He could say something, and to him, he was joking, but to me, it hurt my feelings, so I let it hurt my feelings, if that makes any sense. But there are moments in an argument where you go, you know what? I definitely don't want my husband, or he definitely doesn't want his wife to feel any type of way. So we go, if it was me, I probably wouldn't like it either. You know what? You're right. And I didn't mean to make you feel that way. You have to take into consideration the energy you're putting out there. Do you actually compromise, though? Do you actually say, you know what? It's not about me. It's about us.
Baby, now, ready? He wrote something that I have said to you a million times. And now I haven't said it. I can't remember the last time I've said it. It's been years at this point. He wrote, your mind is on relaxing. He's talking about himself.
Right.
Hers is on the litter.
Right.
You can't read minds. Now, I have said this to Jessica a million times. I'm not a fucking... Say it. Say it. And
what's my response?
And if she's not saying it, that's on her. Like, if you're like, what's the matter? And she's going, nothing. Then you look at her and you go, then nothing's fucking wrong. That's how I'm taking it. Because sit there with your shitty fucking scowl and sit there with your fucking shitty nothing and don't tell me what's wrong. I'm going to go enjoy my fucking night. You be fucking miserable. Fuck you.
Instead of
just going, this is the little tiny thing that's bothering me. You didn't do the little when you got home.
And then your response would be?
My bad, babe. I'll go grab that right now.
And the truth of the matter is, there has been moments
because the
where
litter shouldn't be a fucking fight.
Right. I will look at him and he'll be like, why are you looking at me like that for? I'm like, because. Why? Because. Why? Because you upset me. Why did I upset you? Because you didn't do the litter and I did it again. You didn't even say, hey, babe, thanks for doing the litter for me. Sometimes as women, and I'm being honest and I'm being a real fucking woman right now, sometimes I want to be noticed. I want him to say, and there's, I mean, I'll say 90% of the time, I will wake up to a message to him saying, you're the most beautiful wife ever. I'm so lucky to have you. I'm being honest. My husband texts me all the time. I'm very verbally affectionate with him as well.
One time, at least one time a day, but usually more where I end it with,
that
love you, beautiful, love you.
Yeah, think about where that puts your brain. So you wake up in the morning to, I will write him books. Sometimes I write stick art and I draw pictures, whatever. I do cute shit. And it's every morning, 7 years. I don't fucking miss a day.
You are very like, something can just turn your whole day just like that. So I always want to make sure your day starts off on a positive note.
And it could be. I got thrown up on today by our 4-year-old and he was texting me and I said, you know what, babe? I got thrown up on. I'm going to do my thing. I love you.
But all of us are like that, where the slightest thing can fuck your whole day up. Everyone's like that, but you are very extreme, where like something can really fuck your day up quickly. And I'll look at it outside going...
Well, you're talking about 24/7. I wake up
in
a
I
fucking
know.
cloud.
But what I'm saying is, like, I'll look at it and go, oh, she's freaking out, and it's really not that big of a deal. But you can't say that because it's a big deal to her.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's a big deal to her.
So it's a big deal to me too. But really in my head, I'm going, it's not that big of a fucking deal.
And that's perfect. And that's all we want is acknowledgement.
So as the husband I want to make it's always, good morning, beautiful. How are you doing? And I'll do it when I know she's sleeping, but I do it so when she wakes up, she looks at her phone. There's the text from my husband that I love, and he's telling me I'm beautiful and good morning and starting my day off wonderful.
And to be honest
with
you.
Which is what I should do.
What? But to be honest with you, sometimes, things get hectic and things happen, okay? But to be real, I always felt like the first time you wake up in the morning, he could wake up late. It doesn't matter. He has a note next to his coffee, which is ready to go with his sugar and his spoon. He makes it walk out the door, set, and every morning he knows you're either the love of my life.
Gotta be honest, spoon's almost never there.
I really try to get it there.
It's almost never.
Really try to get
I get it every
there.
morning almost.
Well, you know what? Go fuck yourself with
everything
the spoon.
else, I'm not complaining.
About the spoon?
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's almost never there.
The fucking spoon is lacking.
You kept saying the spoon. I had to say it.
In all honesty, though, like you think about it, and like I always remembered, like waking in the morning to either Val or whatever, it really fucks things up. And sometimes he's frazzled and like shit. I make my own hours. I get to work when I want to work, and he has to get up every day, 5 days a week. So I try to make it easier. His lunch is ready with vitamins and a note. His coffee is ready with a fucking note. His kids attended to. The house is done. Just do the fucking letter. Yeah. Do the fucking letter.
Yeah. And again, like I'm telling you, Anthony, she says it because it slips your mind. And I'm still guilty of it. But
it is your fault,
but
Anthony.
To be fair,
right?
hold up.
Shouldn't slip your mind.
Hold on, we're leaving this part out
7 years.
We're leaving this part out too. My wife is a psychopath when it comes to cleaning, and once the thought of the litter needs to be done,
we have 3 cats. It has to be done twice a day.
Hold on. If I do it in 20 minutes from now or a half hour from the thought that she had. That's unacceptable. It can't happen. Let me finish. It can't happen then. There's no way it can happen. I thought of it now. So it has to be done now. Not 5 minutes, not 20, not 30 seconds.
Wait a minute.
Now.
But this is 2-3 hours since you're home.
No, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not.
Rocky.
Sometimes
every time it's after dinner, and after dinner is at least 6, 7
o'clock.
Not
every time. Sometimes it's before.
Never.
Absolutely.
You have never done litter before dinner.
Not me. I'm saying you have done it before dinner.
Right. I have done
Giving me no chance. I've only been home about 20 minutes.
You walk in and I'm already, dinner's done on the table, whatever, and then we clean up dinner and I'm looking and waiting.
No, but this is what happens. She has the lull in the dinner where like there's that moment of, all right, everything's cooking or settling or doing whatever. And then this is, again, not a fault to my wife. This is a great characteristic. In her head, she goes, well, what can I do in this 5 minutes that I have now? And she starts doing that mental checklist around the house. Done. Rocky didn't do the litter yet. And sometimes it is. I've been home 20 minutes. I'm not kidding. And in her head, she'll just, I'll hear the top go. And then I'll go, babe, let me grab it. And she'll go, no, I got it. And because I hear,
I'm already mid doing it.
But she'll purposely hit the lid hard so I hear it.
I won't hit it. I'll drop it on the floor.
She'll drop it so I
pick it up
I
and
hear
drop it instead of placing
and
it down.
And again, I've maybe been home 20 minutes sometimes. Not all the time, sometimes. And then
Very rare.
but I always jump up and go, babe, let me grab it. No, I got it. I'm already doing it. And I'm like, just
This
let
is
me
the
fucking.
thing. Listen, this is the thing. And I'm being honest. Like, we're in the conversation. Let me just say it, okay? Like, yes, Monday through Friday from fucking 7 to 5, you are up working at your job. And I get that. And I'm not taking away from anything you do. But Monday through Friday from 8 to fucking 12 midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, I am cooking, cleaning, taking care of our children, doing homework, fucking you, going to sleep, wake up, getting her to school, working in the salon, paying bills, cleaning the house, cooking dinner, taking care of the animals. The only thing I ask is the fucking litter.
Yeah.
The fucking litter. And Anna, the only thing I ask is food, water, and litter in the morning before she leaves, and you do it at night. That's the only, cats is the only thing I ask for.
And again, here's the
So
thing.
when you forget, I get like, really? And anything
again,
else done?
Here's the thing. You, who's been in the house all day, are stir crazy. Me, all I want to do is be in my house. You know what I mean? So when I get home, my mind is finally like off of work, and finally I'm at that place.
I totally can
be.
appreciate that.
And I'm just like, ugh.
And I love you
I'm
for that.
never consciously going, I know I should do the cats, but I'm not going to do it because she's going to do it.
That's the thing.
You know
I
what
never
mean?
said
Like,
you were malicious.
No, I know. And I'm
But
just
you
saying,
were,
like,
you were, you know, not frequently. What's the word I'm looking for? You like, you know.
I like this rule.
Sometimes you forget.
Yeah.
What's the rule?
New house rule. When Rocky walks in the door, he says, Alexa, set a 30-minute timer. Don't bug Rocky till it goes off.
Fuck you, Anthony.
That's impossible because my youngest daughter, the second I walk in the door, Dada!
No, we have a 4-year-old, we have a 10-year-old, and a 20-year-old.
Impossible.
And, you know, when he walks in the door, again, we all haven't seen him all day, and I love him. On Saturdays and Sundays, we're glued to each other on the couch with the kids watching movies or on the movie theater downstairs. You know, we love to be together, and so it's kind of hard. And all day when I'm not with him, you know, he'll come home and be like, this happened to this one, that happened to this, I don't know. And he's like, give me a fucking second. I'm like, but I want to talk to a fucking adult. I have kids
but
around
now,
me
you know
all
what?
day.
I never actually thought of it that way, though, and verbalized it. Like, I can't wait to get home. So my thought is I just want to sit on my couch and just be out of this office and just get home. And, you know, so like when I do walk through that door, I'm like, oh, I'm finally here. And then I sit down, and again, it's just mind goes blank. Turn the TV on, mind goes blank.
And I totally get it. And I
know?
totally give you credit for it. I get it, and I respect it. I love it. And that's why I'm the wife I am, because of the freedoms I have to make my own schedule and be able to take care of my family. However, it's just a litter.
No, I know.
And I fucking want it done.
I'm absolutely.
And I fucking want it
I'm not
done.
saying these are excuses. I'm not trying to make these
kidding, I love
excuses.
everybody.
I'm just trying to say the reality of
Rocky
what,
gets 2 showers a day. I get one closer to 10 o'clock at night if I'm lucky because I'm busy. Okay? That's it.
But yeah, it's that's the reality of it. Like, it's not this like thought of I'm not doing
No,
that.
and it's never. And no husbands
but I've
never
never
think that
actually
way.
thought of it that way either.
And
like,
wives
this is the
either,
first
like-
time it's now popped in my head that that's really what it is.
Men make the mistake of marrying women who don't cook. That's your fucking problem.
But it's never like a malicious act of like,
I don't want to do it. Sure.
It's literally just laziness and excitement to be home.
Yeah.
You know, like,
And you know what? With that, I'm going to give us a round up because we're already at 10:07. And we have things to do. Of course, he wants to be fucked tonight. I probably will let him sit on my face. Y'all can think
why
about
at
that.
28? Rock hop in the shower at 28. What is 28?
28 minutes. No bad news. 30 minutes.
No,
Rocket.
I'm a half hour in the shower type of guy. Because I got to shit first, and then I go in the shower.
He has the water running while he shits.
No, not anymore.
Lies.
I stopped doing that because I don't want to waste the oil.
Anyway,
I haven't in a long time.
Listen, I really loved the show we had. It was a great audience,
was
right?
a good
Of
one.
course, you're amazing, and I love you.
I'm just sending this one to the brand. I think
You
this is
should.
better than last week.
Well, you should.
Yeah, well,
Send
I
it.
have the choice because we do every other
You
week
send
with
it,
this
I'll
one.
back up. They can't see me,
So,
I'll flash you.
I'm going to send this
right
one.
now.
Cap, you watch both
Titties.
shows. What do you think? This week's or last week's?
I don't know. I like them both. They both were great.
Yeah, I agree, but I think this one was a lot better.
How do you know?
Because I think there was more realistic talk, and I think a lot of
thinking. It's a lot of thinking.
But I think a lot of guys who listen to this and a lot of girls who listen to this will hopefully be
take to
enlightened.
the conversations.
Yeah, like be enlightened and be like, you know what? They're kind of fucking
You
right.
guys have no idea. We're gonna go upstairs right now. He'll just end up taking his clothes off, and I let him just sit on my face, and he shoves his dick deep down in my throat, and I play with his balls, and that's where I'll leave it.
Yeah.
See you guys
Yeah.
next Tuesday.
Russo'sBrand.com, $3.95 a month. You get over 12 shows. You get us. You get Vince Russo. You get Shane Douglas. You get Stevie Richards, Ben Amin, and a whole bunch of other people. $3.95 a month. Go to Russo'sBrand.com. Check out OpieRadio.com. Subscribe to Opie's
Always check out
podcast.
Opie Radio.
We love Opie. StatementGames.com. Head over there now and check out all the prop bets they got going for the Super Bowl. You can win prizes over there at StatementGames.com. If you're listening to us on the audio versions, you can check us out every Tuesday night. 2 shows. Right now you're listening to Unfiltered Marriage, but there's also Super Ugly Show. If you know this show, you probably know Super Ugly. We start at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, on the Super Ugly Show channel, not the Super Ugly Show, Super Ugly Show. And then at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with, of course, the show you're listening to right now, Unfiltered Marriage. Typically, we take phone calls, but the phones are fucked up this week. But there's a number you can call into. As you've heard, we've been reading the chat. You can write in the chat and ask us questions or just get involved in the conversation. So go to YouTube, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You get alerted when we go live every Tuesday night. All right, guys, that's it for us. We will see you next Tuesday. Peace.
Bye.